In this river, the most dangerous animal isn't the one with the teeth. Across Africa's rivers and lakes, two of the continent's most feared animals share the exact same water, the exact same banks, the exact same daily routine. And for the most part, neither one touches the other. This isn't peace. It's something closer to a treaty, unspoken, constantly tested, and occasionally broken in ways that still confuse the scientists studying it. The Nile crocodile, ancient armored, capable of biting down with up to 3,700 pounds per square inch of pressure, more than enough to crush bone on contact. The hippopotamus, not a predator at all, technically, a herbivore, built almost entirely for grazing, and somehow widely considered the more dangerous animal of the two. On paper, this seems backwards. The crocodile is the hunter, the hippo eats grass. So why does almost every documented encounter between them end the same way? Crocodiles generally don't have the physical means to kill an adult hippo. Their teeth, despite that bite force, can't penetrate deeply enough through hippo hide to reach anything vital. The weapon is real, it just doesn't work on this particular target. Kruger National Park, South Africa. A large Nile crocodile drifts too close to a stretch of riverbank. A territorial bull hippo considers his own. The hippo doesn't retreat, doesn't posture from a distance the way smaller animals might. He simply turns and closes the gap. In the footage rangers captured of one such encounter, the outcome wasn't a fight in any conventional sense. It was over almost instantly, the hippo's jaws closing around the crocodile's body with enough force to bite a 13-foot animal cleanly in half. This is why most crocodiles, despite owning one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom, choose avoidance as their primary strategy around adult hippos. Not because they're weak, because the math every single time favors the hippo. But the relationship isn't a one-way slaughter either. Crocodiles do successfully prey on hippos, just rarely the ones capable of fighting back. During a severe drought, a hippo herd is forced to travel farther than usual to find enough water and grazing land. Among them is a calf barely separated from its mother in the crowd, weighing less than a tenth of what an adult will eventually reach. A crocodile that's been tracking the herd's movement for days makes its move the moment the calf drifts, even slightly out of position. The attack is fast, decisive, and this time, it's the crocodile that wins. A hippo calf doesn't have the mass or strength to defend itself the way an adult does. Researchers have documented this pattern consistently. Vulnerable hippos, not healthy adults, are the only viable targets, calves separated from protection, sick or injured adults weakened by disease or territorial wounds, elderly individuals slowed by age. In rare cases, multiple large crocodiles have even been observed coordinating to bring down a single compromised hippo, a tactic that simply doesn't work against a healthy one. And then there's a behavior that doesn't fit either side of this story at all. One researcher still can't fully explain. Along a calm stretch of river, a young hippo calf approaches a resting crocodile and begins gnawing at its tail and legs, almost playfully, the way a puppy might worry at a chew toy. The crocodile doesn't retaliate, doesn't even seem particularly bothered. It simply allows the calf to continue, apparently because a confrontation here, with the calf's mother almost certainly close by, carries far more risk than the minor irritation is worth. This exact behavior has been documented multiple times across different rivers and different individual animals. Scientists studying it admit they're still not entirely sure why it happens so consistently. Beyond the obvious theory that tolerating an annoying calf is far safer than risking the wrath of its mother, stranger still are the documented cases that look almost like protection. Researchers have recorded hippos appearing to intervene on behalf of other animals being targeted by crocodiles, chasing off the crocodile mid-attack in something scientists compare to humpback whales, mobbing killer whales to protect unrelated prey they have no obvious reason to save. Nobody fully understands why. It isn't consistent enough to call true altruism, and it isn't predictable enough to call simple territorial aggression either. And then, undermining the entire gentle herbivore framing further, hippos have also been documented stealing kills directly from crocodiles and eating them, despite being almost entirely plant eaters for the rest of their lives. The same animal that might rescue an impala from a crocodile's jaws one day might steal that crocodile's next meal the day after. Researchers studying this relationship are remarkably honest about how little of it follows a clean, predictable pattern. It's worth pausing on what this means beyond the animals themselves. Nile crocodiles are estimated to cause between 275 and 745 attacks on humans every year across Africa, more than any other crocodile species combined. And yet hippos are still widely considered the more dangerous animal overall, largely because of their aggression, their territorial nature, and their willingness to capsize boats that wander too close. This isn't really a rivalry in the way most predator stories are. It's closer to two armed neighbors who've learned, over millions of years, exactly how far they can push each other, and exactly when pushing isn't worth the risk. The crocodile has the stronger bite. The hippo has the only bite that matters. And the river keeps both of them alive by making sure most days that bite never has to land. If you want to see what happens when this fragile balance actually breaks down, because it does more often than people realize, stay with us, subscribe, and we'll keep exploring Africa's rivers together.